second graders, I am back for another art lesson with you. This time we are going to be working on some 3D artwork. So remember that 3D means that it's something that you can see from different sides. It's thick, it's something that can sometimes stand up on its own, but you can look at it from different sides. 2D artwork is artwork that's flat, like a drawing or a painting. So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be making a tin foil person. And so we're going to be making a little 3D person. And I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can decorate your foil person. And you can think about some ideas or some ways that you can use tin foil people. Like maybe you could make a couple people and you could add them into your artwork somehow. Like you could tape them or glue them to a piece of paper and then you could work on a background. Or maybe you could attach them to some cardboard and they could be part of your sculpture. So tinfoil people are kind of a cool way to add 3D little sculptures to your artwork. So check this out and learn how to make a 3D foil person. To start for today, you just need a piece of aluminum foil and a pair of scissors. You might also need some tape or some colored paper or some Sharpies for decorating later, but really just to make the foil person, you only need foil and some scissors. I'm going to start by drawing the lines where you need to cut. You don't need to draw the lines if you think that you can just cut without lines being there, but if you feel like you need the lines, then definitely draw these out first. So you're going to have two lines at the top and that are kind of off to the side, and then one line in the middle at the bottom, okay? Then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut. You want to make sure that you cut slowly and carefully because aluminum foil is very easy to rip. So I am cutting on the lines very carefully. The lines should go almost halfway through your foil. Now this is the trickiest part. You'll notice that there's 3 flaps at the top and then you have 2 flaps at the bottom. So it's kind of like there's already arms, legs, and a head. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your fingers in the center and squish your foil so that it makes like a waist of a person, okay? And then you're going to very slowly start to crinkle and form your foil legs, arms, and head. So I'm gently squishing. I'm not pushing hard because once your foil is squished all the way, it's hard to fluff it back up. So I'm gently squishing and forming arms and legs. And then I'm going to do the head. And it doesn't have to be perfect right away. You can squish it more after you're done forming it, but you kind of want to get a good idea of what your foil person is going to be like before you squish it all the way. So after you get everything squished down, you're going to kind of adjust, like maybe your arms need to be a little bit shorter or they need to be squished a little bit more. Or maybe your legs are too long and you need to bend them in a little bit. But it's basically a lot of squishing and adjusting. So there you go. Foil person. Let's decorate it. So there's a couple ways to decorate this guy. I am going to first show you wrapping him with tape and then coloring with marker. You could do marker or Sharpie. And then I'm also going to show you cutting out some paper and using that as like you could design some outfits for your foil person. So I'm just going to use some masking tape to cover my foil person. So I'm going to take strips of tape and I am going to wrap it around the foil just to kind of keep the foil all together. It also kind of makes it look like you're wrapping clothes around your foil person. So you could design an outfit or you could draw on it. I used regular markers on mine. Sharpies might work a little bit better. I'm going to speed up the rest of my taping. You can see I'm adding details with regular markers. Here's my tape designed outfit. I also used a Sharpie for the face. You could maybe even use yarn for some hair, or you could design a hat. So this is one foil person. I'm going to show you the next thing that you can do to decorate your foil person, which is adding maybe some colored paper. So I'm going to quick do another foil person. This time I'm going to trace around my person and cut out a shirt and some pants and tape those on. So this is what it looks like when you trace around your foil person to make a shirt and some pants. You could do shoes, you could do hair, a face, and all I did was tape this on to my foil person. So there's all kinds of possibilities for our foil people, and hopefully you give making a 3D foil person a try.